Welcome to Hotline 21. I'm your host, Bruce Jackson. Today we got a great show. I mean, a great show. So if you're, whatever you're doing, stop what you're doing, take a seat because you're going to really enjoy this. Now, for those of you who want to get tested, for HIV or any of the STDs, I'm going to put that over the overhead, and you just come right over to the gift house, and we will test you for any of the STDs. Even if you think you may have something, it's best to come on in and get tested. And I'm going to put that over the overhead, and you can come right here to the gift house at 1309 South Kedzie. Remember now, all tests are free. You can give us a call at 773-522-2420, or you can check us out on the email. Many of you like to email, so you can email us at thegifthouse@sbcglobal.net, or check us out on the web, www.thegifthouse.org. So come on in. Remember, all the tests are free. Now, I told you we had a great show for you, okay? And I know you're about sitting on the edge of your seat. Now, here's what we have here, and I'm going to start off with this fantastic little guy. I want you to just look in the camera, and I want you to tell everybody your name and the character you play in this phenomenal play called Gravy Train North. Now, tell them a little bit about yourself. Go ahead.
My name is DeAndre Fairley, and the character I play in the Gravy Train is called Jason.
Jason, and tell us a little bit about Jason.
Jason was a boy that was good, but he moved away from his house, and he wanted to move back with his friends, and now he just mad, and he just can't get over himself no more.
Oh, really? So how do you feel about playing Jason?
I feel good, and I feel like he's like me at one point, like mad and stuff.
So he's a little bit like you. You get mad too sometimes, huh?
Yeah.
What'd you get mad about?
Like not getting my game.
Like not getting your what?
Game.
You're not getting your game, huh? Okay. Now listen. What is some of the things you really like about Jason?
His personality. He really stands up for his sister, and then he don't let people get to his head all the time.
Ah, nice. That's really nice. Now you said you kind of like Jason. You don't let people get to your head all the time, neither do you?
Not all the time.
Okay, that's really good. Hey, you know what? I'm excited. I saw you in rehearsal. You were phenomenal. You know that?
Yes.
Yeah. So you've been acting for long?
Yeah, I've been acting for 2 years with Miss Beatrice.
Oh yeah. Tell us about the director, Miss Beatrice Watson.
She's good. She pushes you to be good at something, and if you mess up, she don't like yell at you or nothing. She tells you to do it again, and if you keep doing it wrong, she gonna tell you keep doing it again and again till you get it right, and then that's when you move on.
Oh, that's nice. Do you like a director like that?
Yes, I don't like a director that's soft.
Oh, you want a really strong director.
That pushes me.
I knew it was something about you. Little Jason. When I saw you acting, I said that's a strong actor. But I just found out you got a strong director, so you make sure she's pushing you, huh?
Yes.
So you want to continue acting?
Yes.
Okay. So now who you compare yourself with, like a Denzel Washington or Sidney Poitier?
I compare myself like Jamie Foxx when he was doing this. It's called D'Angelo, and it was like a racist movie. Mm-hmm. And then he knew how to kill all these white people, but he just did it because he wanted to save his wife back.
Oh, that's nice.
And at the end, he got his wife back and killed them.
Wow. Okay.
And they tried to offer him some white cake.
Oh, okay. So you see yourself as more of a Jamie Foxx type of actor.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go on to another actor, and now I got to tell you, something about now. Chris is a phenomenal actor, and Chris, I want to just tell you something. You are something, man.
Thank you.
And you know what? I just want to shake your hand because you are phenomenal. I saw you in several plays, and you just blow me away.
Well, thank you
know?
very much.
You know, and I'll shake your hand too, because you something else too. You up and coming. I'm looking for you. I'm gonna be looking for you. Now, tell us a little bit about what you do there in this phenomenal play. I'm gonna go ahead and put it over the overhead. So those of you who want to know more about Gravy Train North, great play. And Chris, tell us a little bit about who you play and a little bit about the character.
Well, I play two different characters. One character, his name is Milt, and he's racially mixed. And he's also kind of, well, he knows what he wants. Unfortunately, he's like just about everybody else who is black back in those times, is caught up in having to struggle to be a human being, just to be able to live his life the way he wants to. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, but unfortunately, even though he's mixed up, well, not mixed up, but even though he is a racial mixture, then he's has to suffer just like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just primarily doing what he has to do to get by.
Now, you know what, Chris, I have seen you on stage, and it's like you go through a metamorphosis, and you just completely just become this other person. Now, I got to ask you this question. How do you prepare for something like that? I mean, how do you just completely just change your whole persona? I think we got a caller, but I need you to answer that question when we come back. Go ahead, caller. What's your question or comment?
Hi, I have a question for the young man in the center, and I think he's playing Jason. I would just like to know, how do you feel about playing this role of Jason?
That's for you. Go ahead.
I feel good. I feel like it's a chance for me to get out, and then I feel like I won't have to stay at home. I can get out. I can have some air. I can fresh my mind, and then I can do good on the play.
Okay, can you also tell me where did you live and where did you move to? Were you down south?
Yes, I was down south.
Okay, and then you left with your parents?
Yes, to Mobile, Alabama.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much.
And thank you, caller.
Okay, you're so welcome. I think he's going to do a great job.
Oh, yeah, he's phenomenal. He's phenomenal.
Yes.
I think he's
Yes,
a little
he is.
young Sidney Poitier or Jamie Foxx, if he tells it.
But I believe is he going to stay a kid in the play, or is he going to move on to an adult? Or
Well, that we're going to have, you may want to call back because we're going to have the director up, and she knows all things. She can kind of see into the future. So you want to stay tuned, keep watching the show, and we're going to have you on, and you can ask that question.
I sure will. Thank you so much. Phenomenal job, young man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, caller. Now, go ahead and tell us how you prepare for something like that.
Well, I just really dive into the script and go over the lines of dialogue as often as I have to. And then I just start trying out different ways of doing the dialogue. And I just start thinking of different ways how to present the character to a performance level.
That needs to be like patent because because it is incredible. And I for one just really enjoy it. I mean, I can just sit and watch you forever. I mean, you especially live performance. So I'm expecting great things out of the both of you. Here's a veteran actor, and you coming along. You're something else, little guy.
Thank
You're
you,
something
sir.
else. Okay. Now, I also promise you all. I promise you all that we're gonna have a special guest on for you, and we're gonna talk to this guest, and we're gonna ask some really, really potent questions, and hopefully she can let us in on a little secret here. But we're talking about right now, Gravy Train North, this great play written and directed by Beatrice Watson. And this is during the time of Black History Month. And we've got some phenomenal, just phenomenal, we got some phenomenal conversations going with the actors. And we're going to have even more guests on. But before we bring her on, we're going to ask just one other question. Chris, what do you like most about this play?
Primarily it's true to life. I mean, this is something that happened, it's part of our history. It's something that happened to many, many African Americans in the, going all the way back to the 1920s, 30s, 40s. Unfortunately, it's something that's happened, and I say it's unfortunate because it had to happen. That's the American way. But the way things are going, hopefully, it's past due. This having to be looking for equality on the way people are living right now. It's past due, and to see that even now, its relevancy, it's as relevant now as it was back then. So unfortunately, it's still going on. But and it's something that will never be forgotten by anyone, and should never be forgotten, no matter what happens, how long it takes. It's something that's going to be there and should be appreciated and remembered, and just hopefully we won't live to see it vanish completely, but at least we'll be a part of its historical aspects.
Well said, well said. I want to really appreciate both of you guys for even just coming out, okay? And what we're going to do is, don't go away. What we're going to do is we're going to meet now. Director extraordinaire, Beatrice Watson, and she is phenomenal. She is phenomenal, and we're gonna bring her on right now. And we're gonna talk to her. We're gonna talk to her, and we're gonna ask her some questions that only she will be able to answer. And you're looking at her right now. This is a shot of the infamous Beatrice Watson, who is director of the play Gravy Train North. And we are back with her, and we have the phenomenal, the incredible Beatrice Watson. Thank you, Beatrice. Thank you.
Bruce, you just butter me up so much and build me up so much so that by the time the people see me, they go like, wow. But I am happy to be here, and of course, the picture that you were showing, these are several kinds of pictures I have to use at different times, of course. Yeah.
Now, you've got a great play.
Thank you.
Great play here.
Thank you.
And I gotta ask you this question, Beatrice. You're doing something, and I'm keeping little the little Jason in the play, the little Jason in the play up here, because I want to say something here. What message would you give to the younger generation? In terms of acting and play,
Well, it was important to show Jason both as a young man, the age of 11, as as DeAndre is in the play, and of course to show Jason older at 17, to show the transition in their performances and in the things that they say and how they've grown in the production. When Jason comes from the South at 11, he is snatched from his home that he's familiar with, the people he's familiar with, his friends, his school. He doesn't understand what his father is dealing with. He's too young to understand what's going on. So he comes there with grievance and a little bitterness against his father and against things that are going on at his school friends, his new friends in school. He's having a hard time adapting. So he's getting in a little bit of trouble. His father talks to him to explain to him as much as he can and much as he can accept at his age, why you don't let people bully you and you don't bully people. And you don't worry about what people say about you as long as they don't harm you or put their hands on you. And he gives his son a very, very important lesson, and that is to hold his head up, to be proud of who he is, and to let people know that you cannot touch who I am. I am who I am, and I am proud of who I am. And his father, tried to instill that in him, along with the fact that one day you'll understand why we had to leave.
Now, you know what, Dee, I really enjoyed how you explained that, but I noticed how well, I was just talking to little Fairley here, and Mr. Fairley, I call you Mr. Fairley, how about that? Little Mr. Fairley, who plays Jason, he said that you push him to become a great actor. He said, even when he makes a mistake, you continue to push him until he gets it right. How do you have that special touch to work with a younger generation and just with such energy? I mean, the way he described you, I wish I could do a playback, but he did a phenomenal job at describing you.
Well, I don't like the term push. I try to encourage him to give the performance what it's asking for, to look at the character and try to relate the character to himself as I think he can. He is very talented. Of course, like any other child, if he's moody that day, we have to work with him a little bit more, So, but when he's going and he's on, he's all heated up and going, then he's okay. But I want him to be natural. I want it to come to him in a natural way. So I don't like to push him to the point where, he's pouting. But I want to let him know that he can do it, and that he has to believe himself that he can do it. And so I try to encourage him by telling him who Jason is and why it's important that he try to project that character as best he can, to help the play to be the best that it can be.
Now, I noticed a place like this around Black History Month helps to prevent violence in the community. It is because we run a health show here.
Yeah, I know.
And this is, and we're trying to keep people healthy. And when you're offering a place like this in a community, you just reduce violence right there in the community.
Yeah, well, that's when I write, I don't just write to be writing. I write and I try to address issues that are very prevalent in our community, issues that we are confronted with on a daily basis, and that somewhere in that story you can see yourselves, you can see some of the things that you're going through, and maybe help you to find out how you can overcome those issues.
You know, if you're just joining us, we're talking to the incredible Beatrice Watson, director extraordinaire, and she's explaining to us the importance of how she impacts the community with her writing and her plays in a powerful and very health conscious way. And we're back, and we're with Beatrice Watson. And Beatrice, they're telling us we only have 1 minute remaining. And what would you like for the community to get out of your play when they're watching it? Just take it away.
I would like for them to come, first of all, and call us at 773-963-1462 for any questions that they may have about tickets, anything that they would like to know about the play. But I think the only way you're going to know more about it is to actually come out and take a look at it. We're going to be at a couple of locations, but when you call me, I'll be able to give you that information.
Okay, great. And for those of you, all the time, and I'm going to put this back over the air, for those of you who wants to get tested, by all means, please come out to the Gift House. You can find us at 1309 South Kedzie Avenue. And if you have a question or anything like that, you can give us a call at 773-522-2420, or you can give us an email. Many of you like to email. We get a lot of emails, and we read every one of them. But give us some time, and we'll get back to you. You can email us at the Gift House at sbcglobal.net, or you can check us out if you get concerns on the web, www.thegifthouse.org. And we're talking to Beatrice Watson, director of the play Gravy Train North. And it's a great play, and you're gonna be featuring this play in various places. Can you give us a little bit about it?
Well, Atlas Senior Center, which is on 79th, East 79th Street. And then, of course, we also will be doing it at the High Park High School Academy on 63rd and Stony Island. And again, I'd like to give you that address. That address for Stony Island is for the Academy, the high school there. And then, of course, there's another phone number. You can reach us at 773-891-2652, and we'd love to hear from you.
Okay, and thank you, and I want to thank all my guests for coming out, and we're out of time, and I want to thank you for viewing. Until next time, always stay safe. Good night.